Juliet Hamala, and a big hello for my beloved student. And today we are going to read a lesson that is from 8th English, and the chapter which we are going to read it, that is in your Unit 3 syllabus. And let me clear you that from this chapter I'm going to make it 2 videos today. And first video I'm going to explain the chapter. I will make you understand the whole lesson. And in second video I'm going to do the language work, for example prefix, suffix and glossary also. Okay, so let's start. The name of the chapter which we are going to read it today, that is chapter number 4, For God's Sake Hold Thy Tongue, and this is in your page number 26. Like our hands, our tongue has the power to do good or evil to others. So it is common in human to do down others by speaking ill of them behind their backs. The Quran admonished those who indulge in such activities. So, like our hand, we have 2 hands, right? And both our hands are very powerful. We can help the others by doing good something to others. We can help with the help of our hands. And if we want, we can harm others. So, like the same way, our tongue, this is your tongue. And from our tongue, we can do the good things and we can also harm others by saying something bad. Okay, from our tongue. And the Quran admonished those who indulge in such activities. And in Islam religion, Quran, the name of the religious book, that is Quran, admonishments advise those who indulge in such activities. And Quran says, woe to every scandal monger and backbiter. So there are 2 words in this chapter, you will find it. First one is scandal monger, and the other one is backbiter. Scandal monger means to say malicious talk, very every time saying bad qualities about others. That is the scandal monger. And the backbiters, the one who is not saying straight in front of us, who always say behind us, that is the backbiters. Okay, so in the above quoted ayats, 2 vices are strongly condemned in this strongest term: the scandal mongering, talking or suggesting evil of somebody by word or gesture or behavior, mimicry, sarcasm, insult. Okay, now I'll explain you the meaning of this word. Like scandal mongering is to say something very bad, okay, and that is the scandal mongering. And talking or suggesting evil of somebody, that is the same. By word or gesture, gesture means body action, okay. If we one of the student is standing and he is reading, and one jealous student is doing like this, okay, that is the gesture. Or behavior, mimicry means to do the copy of other sound. Like for example, one of the person, he or she is having a pitch sound, and behind the, others are copying it by doing the same one. That is mimicry. You might saw the daughter of Johnny Lever. Johnny Lever, the best comedian in Hindi movie Bollywood. And this daughter of Johnny Lever, she is very good in mimicry. You should say this. Okay, and the sarcasm. Sarcasm is false statement, which is not true. Some of the people, they are making their own like some points and telling others, that is, which is not true exactly. And insult means basic karna, to make insult in front of others. Okay, and the second one is belittling of character behind their back. Belittling means pretending that he or she is not important. Okay, some of the student, they are pretending some teachers not important, for example. Okay, so this is the belittling of character behind their back, even if whatever is said is true, provided the motive is evil. Even the statement is true, but still we are pretending that that is not corrected. Okay. So further, the Prophet Muhammad said that the similitude of a person who indulged in backbiting is to a man who has eaten the flesh of his dead brother. Now in Quran, what the Quran says, Prophet Muhammad once said that similitude means resemblance. Example, a man who is doing backbiting all the time, he is equals to the man who is eating the flesh of his own brother, killing his own brother, eating the flesh of that his own brother. That is the resemblance, similitude. Okay, and reported in Sahih Muslim. Also, it is reported by Hazrat Ibn Hamid that he had once asked the beloved Prophet to give him a prayer for reciting. The Prophet cocked a hold of his hand and suggested to recite this prayer. Now here, Hazrat Ibn Hamid. Ibn means son. Hazrat is the son of Hamid. And once he was told by the Prophet Muhammad that to give a prayer to recite. Okay. And then Prophet Muhammad hold his hand and gave suggested to recite one prayer, that is, O Allah, I seek refuge in thee from the evil of ears, eyes, heart and tongue. Please protect me from the evil of ear, eyes, heart and tongue. Okay, so however, it is not only Islam which denounces backbiting, but all the religion in the world also denounce it. For example, the Bible says, backbiting, to denounce, to criticize backbiting is not only in Islam religion, it is in Bible also. What does the Bible says? So for all we stumble in many ways, and if anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able to bridle his own whole body. Bridle means to control. Stumble means to fall while walking. Okay, the person who is talking without stumbling, without any breaking, that will be the perfect man. It is says in that will be the correct person. That person is not a backbiter. It is in Bible. Okay. Now the next term is the Gita says, right? Freedom from fear, purity of heart, perseverance in knowledge, freedom from the habit of backbiting, compassion for all being, freedom from avarice, are his who is born to God-like endowment. Ostentation, pride are his who is born to demoniac endowment. In Gita says, we should keep our heart pure. Okay, don't lie. Presence in knowledge, freedom from habit of backbiting. We should avoid backbiters. Okay, if your friends are always, if you notice that your friends are backbiting all the time, then you should avoid backbiters' companion. And you should also have the compassion to feel pity on all sanctioned beings. Okay, so this is what in Gita. Likewise, the Guru Granth Sahib says, that is in Sikhism now, the slanderer carries the great burden of sin, without payment he carries load. Slanderer means the one who make a false statement. Okay, like messenger who is not a right messenger, who always give a false statement about others and carries the great burden of sin. Sin means evil deeds. Okay, so these are avoid this kind of company, that is in the Guru Granth Sahib. And Lord Buddha in his eightfold path says, one requires living a life based on right speech. And in what we have in our Buddhism is, we have an eightfold path. Okay, in eightfold path, for example, that is right view, right mindfulness, right action, right conduct, etc. So it is right speech is in. Right speech means don't lie, always be true. Okay, tell truth. That is the in the Buddhism. Okay, and Rabbi Simon Bell Gamili once said to his servant. Now you will listen an interesting story. Okay, Once Rabbi Simon ben Gamaliel once said to his servant, "Go to the market and buy me something good to eat." The servant went and bought a tongue. Rabbi Simon ben Gamaliel, once he told his servant, okay, he's having a servant at his home, he told his servant to go to the market and get something very good to eat. And then what he bought from the market is, he bought something good to eat, that is tongue. Okay. On another occasion, the Rabbi Simon said, "Go to the market and buy me something that is not good." Now, once again, on another occasion means if there is a party kind of, you can say an event at your home. On second time also, his servant bought a tongue. Okay, the servant went and bought a tongue once again. This time, Rabbi said to him angrily. Now, first time he went to the market, bought a tongue. Second time also he went to the market and bought a tongue. And then second time, Rabbi Simon, he got angry and asked his servant angrily. Angrily means, with anger mood. Okay. What does this mean? When I told you to buy something that was good, you bought a tongue. Now, when told to buy something bad, you bought a tongue again. Now he's, start arguing, debating that why you bought both the times tongue. And then what a servant replied is, "From the tongue issue the good and also the bad. There is nothing better than the good tongue and nothing worse than an evil one." So, servant said to his master that, "Dear master, nothing is good than the good tongue and nothing is worse than the bad tongue." Okay. Soon after that incident, the Rabbi invited his disciple to a meal at which both soft and hard tongues were served. The disciples ate the soft one and left the hard one untouched. Noticing this, the Rabbi said to his disciple, "As you choose the soft tongue and reject the hard one, so also use only a soft tongue in your conversation with one another." This is a nice advice from the Rabbi. So after that incident, servant and master, tongue incident, now Rabbi and his servant arranged a party. They arranged some delicious food, and Rabbi invited his disciple, means student for a food. Okay, so on that party they served hard tongues and soft tongues. Soft means, which we can press it, soft. Soft means cotton is very soft, for example. Hard, this is very hard. We cannot press easily. Okay, so on that food, the hard and soft tongue were served for the guests who are disciples, students. All the disciples start eating the soft tongues and kept the hard tongues untouched. Untouched means they did not touch, not even they touched the hard tongues. Okay, so noticing this, Rabbi was just noticing all this, how the disciples are eating their meal. As you choose the soft tongue, and now the Rabbi said to his all student, "As you choose the soft tongue and reject the hard ones." Now you choose the soft tongue and reject means not to eat, to avoid the hard one. Now you have a lesson from this meal that you are whenever you are talking to your friends, to your partner, to your family members, okay, at your school time, whenever you are having conversation with them, always talk politely, always talk softly, always use kindly word, okay, and not the hard word, which can make your listener very angry, okay. So in this context, a quotation by Quarles is worth mentioning. Now you have one quotation that was given by the Quarles. "Give not thy tongue to great liberty, lest it take thee prisoner. A word unspoken is like the sword in a scabbard thine, if wanted thy word is in another hand. If thou desire to be held wise, be so wise as to hold thy tongue." I'll give you an quotation in Ladakhi. Ngata Ladakh sina zer te amira. Narnar chela dakpo magyabna ril ula obgel skodin zete. Hagwa. Tenna zete no yo. Give not thy tongue to great liberties ना अपनी टंग को इतनी आजादी मत दो कि तुम खुद prisoner बन जाए कैदी बन जाए ज़्यादा नो हगवा मतलब चेंगे रा चुचस and a word unspoken is like a sword in a scabbard hand if wanted thy word is in another hand if thou desire to be held wise so be wise as to hold thy tongue each chapter vina in the main paragraph vina it is advised for us to think before you speak. That is the main concept of this paragraph. Okay, one should as such always remember this important lesson that we might refrain from the malice of scandal mongering and the backbiting. Moreover, we should always recite this important prayer. Now, at last, there is an important prayer. Okay, and in this paragraph, it was mentioned the important lesson that we have learned from this chapter. That is scandal mongering and backbiting is a very bad habit. We should avoid it. Okay, and also we should recite one important prayer. My God, gird my tongue from evil and my lips from speaking deceit. Be my soul silent to those who reproach me. Be my soul humble to all the dust. Amen. In azanapa sabo ketenang tsamshigi ezugno khala sabika sokpo jang budano jinglap samang dursti samang seka budano tenna zolar sokpo gunang seka budano tenna zosla teningi khabang ketenang mane ezukshik ngera gepche shinga ezukshik sal zerkan zoshik praise gino. So this is the chapter. I hope you understand the concept, the lesson that we have learned from this chapter, that is for God's sake hold thy tongue. If you have any comment, if you want to know any new vocabulary from the same chapter, you can contact me on my number. Thank you, Julie.